Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kelsey Kiesling.
And I'm Kendra Cook. Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest TV Translator Association.
If you have a news topic or event you'd like to see covered, give us a call. The studio number is 677-4119.
Today's show runs Tuesday at noon, 3 and 6 p.m. and again is re-aired later throughout the weekend with the other weekday broadcast replays. Today is Tax Day, April 17th, 2018, and now the news at noon.
According to the Durango Herald, with photos by Jim Mimiaga in the Durango Herald file, a Dolores Basin snowpack that came in at half its normal level means McPhee Reservoir will not fill to capacity, and farmers may receive 20% less water this season. On Thursday, Dolores Water Conservancy District managers estimated that full-service irrigators will have 17 inches of water per acre available for their crops, down from 22 inches per acre when McPhee is full. The shortage also will impact Ute Farm and Ranch water supplies drawn from McPhee and the fishery pool reserved for habitat below the dam. Ute Farm and Ranch also is estimated to take about a 20% cut with delivery at 18,900 acre feet compared with 23,300 acre feet when there is a full supply. The reserved fish pool released from the dam over the year by Colorado Parks and Wildlife dropped to 23,100 acre feet from a supply of 29,300 acre feet when the reservoir is full. Municipal water supplies from McPhee serving Cortez and Toyac do not share in the shortage and will receive full allocations. Because of the dry winter and spring, there will be no recreational whitewater release this year below the dam.
From the House.gov, Monday, April 16th, the House passed H.R. 4609, the West Fork Fire Station Act of 2017. The bill was introduced on December 11, 2017 by Representative Scott Tipton, Republican of Colorado, and was referred to the House Committee on Natural Resources, which ordered the bill reported by unanimous consent on April 9, 2018. H.R. 4609 relates to Dolores County in southwest Colorado, which is home to part of the 1.8 million acre San Juan National Forest. As a neighbor to this forest, the county plays an active role in fire suppression efforts and emergency response on both private and public lands. After two failed attempts to acquire an appropriate site for a fire station failed due to insufficient space or accessibility constraints, the House began working with the U.S. Forest Service and local stakeholders to identify suitable property. H.R. 4609 implements the resulting agreement by authorizing the county to buy 3.61 acres of Forest Service land for the West Fork Fire Station. The county will pay all conveyance cost as well as the cost of site preparation, construction, equipping, and manning the fire station. The conveyance can only be approved through an act of Congress, and the U.S. Forest Service has no objections to the land transfer. According to information provided by the county, the West Fork Fire Station will serve as a volunteer station, and its construction will help to address insurability issues currently facing home and landowners in the West Fork area of Dolores County. West Fork residents have had trouble obtaining insurance for their homes and land due to the lack of emergency response services in the area. Currently, area residents must rely on the Dolores Fire Protection District, located 26 miles away in Montezuma County, in an emergency. The new fire station will allow the community improved access to emergency services and allow residents to address their current insurability issues. The building of the new fire station has been covered by a private $100,000 donation. Dolores County will provide heavy equipment and operators to prepare the building site and construct a new driveway with culverts and signage. Colorado U.S. Senators Cory Gardner and Michael Bennet are leading the companion legislation to Tipton's bill in the U.S. Senate. The next steps before moving forward is for the Senate to pass this legislation and then await President Trump's signature to make it official.
Reported by the Durango Herald, the smoke-filled sky in Durango is likely tied to fires burning in western New Mexico, according to the National Weather Service in Grand Junction. On Tuesday, many residents in southwest Colorado woke to a hazy sky, the appearance of which usually comes with a fire. Megan Stackhouse, a meteorologist with the National Weather Service, said the cause of smoke in the sky in Durango stems from southwesterly winds bringing haze to southwest Colorado from two fires burning in New Mexico. Wildfire Today reported that two fires in western New Mexico, the Blue Water and Denier Canyon fires, have burned more than 9,000 acres in the Cibola National Forest. The Denier Canyon fire, according to Wildfire Today, started April 12th from when an escaped prescribed fire got out of control and has grown to 6,682 acres. KOB-TV reported late Tuesday that fire is about 20 to 25% contained. The Blue Water Fire at 2,532 acres is burning about 4 miles north of the Denner Canyon Fire. KOB-TV reported that fire is about 10% contained. Pre-evacuation notices had been lifted late Tuesday, Stackhouse said by Tuesday afternoon. The winds in Durango should shift to a northwesterly flow, taking with it the smoke-filled skies.
A shakeup at the Southwest Memorial Hospital from the Journal and Cortez Photos Journal files. Community Hospital Consulting, the management and consulting arm of Community Hospital Corporation, announced Monday that Anthony G. Suduth is the interim CEO for Southwest Health System effectively immediately. The announcement came on the heels of Chief Financial Officer Angela Cobal's termination last Friday and 10 days after Southwest Health announced the terminations of 3 members of its leadership team. The Southwest Health Board of Directors officially announced Cobal's termination on Monday. The Southwest Health Board decided that she was not able to perform her job duties as expected, SHS spokeswoman Haley Saunders said. Saunders added that although Community Hospital Consulting has made some operational recommendations to Southwest Health, Cobal's termination was not among them. In the absence of a CEO, it became apparent that Ms. Cobal was no longer able to fulfill the responsibilities of the position, SHS Board Chairman Paul Deshays said in a news release on Monday night. Interim CEO Suduth joined Southwest Health on Monday and will assess the situation with the board. Suduth is an accountant and has more than 30 years of experience in healthcare finance, including 27 years as a chief executive officer, chief operating officer, and chief financial officer, according to a news release from Community Hospital Consulting. Community Hospital Consulting said it was conducting an analysis of Southwest Memorial Hospital, a critical access hospital within the Southwest Health organization, to assess its operations. Additional recommendations will be provided to the Southwest Health Board. Southwest Health fired 3 members of its senior leadership team on April 6, saying that the decision resulted from a change in leadership direction determined by the system's board of directors. Community Hospital Corporation is based in Plano, Texas. It owns, manages, and consults with hospitals through 3 organizations: CHC Hospitals, CHC Consulting, and CHC Continue Care.
According to the Cortez Journal, the Cortez Fire Protection District Board unanimously approved the purchase of fire shelters at Wednesday night's meeting. The purchase was discussed at March's board meeting. During a public comment period on Wednesday night, former Fire Chief Les Rogers, a candidate for the Cortez Fire Protection District Board, brought up the issue. During the discussion, Assistant Fire Chief Sean Biddle and board members said they were seeking grants to purchase the gear. Rodney Branson brought the issue up under new business and requested that the gear order be finalized by Tuesday afternoon. It is like sending them to fires without a fire hose, he said. Kent Lindsay asked Cortez firefighters in attendance to go through the chain of command with their request, but if the issue was not addressed, to take it to the board. Mimiaga also announced that the fire department has entered into an intergovernmental agreement with the Montezuma County Hospital District in the May 8th election under the encouragement of the state. The election will now be held at the Montezuma County Annex at 107 North Chestnut Street on May 8th from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 3 director positions are open, each with 4-year terms. The names of the candidates will appear on the ballot in the following order: Sherry Wright, incumbent; Jen Nelson; Bradley Lynn Ray; James Bridgewater; Buck Woodman, incumbent; and Les Rogers. And now let's take a look at the weather.
The national weather from the National Weather Service with data provided from Raytheon Technologies. The Northeast is experiencing continued colder weather with snow and rain mixes. That low pressure mix across the central U.S. is resulting in thunderstorms and snow and rain and ice potentials all the way back across to where it came from in the Pacific Northwest. A high pressure keeps things dry and windy from California across the Southwest into Texas as we await the next potential moisture off into the Pacific later in the week. So regionally, breezy to windy conditions will continue in most areas of eastern Utah and western Colorado through this morning, with the strongest winds ahead of a cold front. Expect wind gusts to peak in the 40 to 50 mile an hour range in most areas, with gusts to 60 miles an hour or greater at some higher elevations. The cold front will have moved across western Colorado by early this afternoon. Due to the continued dry and breezy conditions, the red flag warnings remain in effect in some lower elevation areas of western Colorado through this evening, which includes Dolores County. The cold front will usher light rain and snow showers into the area today, with precipitation favoring the northern and central mountains of western Colorado and eastern Utah. The colder air will also result in much lower temperatures, with many areas likely to drop well below freezing by tonight and into early Wednesday. So keep monitoring any plants you might have put outside already. A warming trend is expected Wednesday through the afternoon through Thursday, with windy conditions expected to return on Thursday ahead of yet another storm system for late Thursday night and into Saturday. So while we're talking breezes and winds, just so you know, the word breeze in Merriam-Webster is defined as A, light gentle wind, and that's what I feel is the best definition, but it also shows B, a wind from 4 to 31 miles an hour. So when the National Weather Service calls it breezy, it can be anywhere from the slight movement of air up to significant blowing, in my opinion, at 31 miles an hour. Just so you know. So windy defined as 1A, windswept, B, violent, stormy, or 2, flatulent, or even 3, verbose, bombastic, or lacking substance and empty. Well, maybe that's what's just happened here during our weather segment. So much for your daily dose of etymology, and that's the history of study of words. I feel it's been quite windy these past days. The DCTV 5-day outlook is showing today mostly sunny with a high near 54, breezy, with a southwest wind 20 to 25 miles an hour, becoming west-northwest in the afternoon. Winds could gust as high as 40 miles an hour. Tonight clear with a low around 24, blustery with a northwest wind 15 to 20 miles an hour, becoming north 5 to 10 miles an hour after midnight. Wednesday sunny with a high near 57, north-northeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming south-southwest in the morning. Then Wednesday night mostly clear with a low around 35 degrees, south-southeast winds 5 to 15 miles an hour. Thursday mostly sunny with a high near 66, breezy with a south wind 15 to 25 miles an hour, with gusts as high as 40 miles an hour, which must have blown away our graphic for that day. Thursday night mostly cloudy with a low around 34 and breezy. Friday there's a chance of snow showers before 1 p.m. and then a chance of rain showers. Mostly cloudy with a high near 52 degrees. The chance of precipitation is 30 to 40%. Friday night the same chance of rain showers occurs before 7 p.m. and then a chance of rain and snow showers. Mostly cloudy with a low around 33 degrees. And for your weekend, Saturday looks mostly sunny with a high near 60. Saturday night mostly clear with a low around 36 degrees, and Sunday sunny with a high near 67. Sunday night partly cloudy with a low around 40. And now back to the news.
Reported by the Durango Herald, with photos by Stephanie Alderton with the Journal. As southwest Colorado braces for a summer of drought, government officials from several counties are learning how to prepare for worst-case scenarios. On Wednesday, members of the Extension Disaster Education Network held an agricultural disaster training workshop in Dove Creek. Emergency managers, extension agents, law enforcement officers, and other officials from across the Southwest attended the training, including Montezuma County Commissioner James Lambert and CSU Extension Agent Tom Hooten. EDEN, or Eden educators, taught attendees about how to respond to rural disasters such as wildfire and drought, and how to plan for them before they happen. Eden, a nationwide program supported by the U.S. Department of Agriculture and numerous university extension agencies, holds disaster training workshops every year across the country. The visit to Dove Creek was part of a federally funded education project in Colorado, Wyoming, and Montana. Dolores County Extension Agent Gus Westerman said it was a real honor to hold the workshop in Dove Creek, and added that he was excited to see officials from Montezuma, Dolores, La Plata, and San Miguel counties attending. Eden educators spent much of the 6-hour workshop giving practical advice such as how to safely evacuate livestock from a crash truck, how to track cattle to make sure they don't spread disease, and how to create healthy drought-resistant rangeland. But Eden's national chairman, Scott Cotton, said the event's main purpose was to encourage members of different agencies to communicate with one another. He told stories about disasters that were made worse by lack of communication between law enforcement and agriculture experts, and said it's vital for local agencies to work together when planning for emergencies.
From the Durango Herald, photo Jerry McBride. San Juan Basin Public Health is reminding residents that the Animas River may change colors as this year's winter snowpack melts. Every spring, runoff transports naturally occurring sediments downstream, the health department said in a news release on Monday. Some of these sediments originate in the San Juan Mountains and are naturally high in certain heavy metals. This may cause the river to display a cloudy, turbid appearance or a change in color. Discoloration may be more noticeable because of these low flows in the river, San Juan Basin Public Health said. On April 3rd, the Health Department, along with San Juan County, the United States Geological Survey, and the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment reinstalled water quality monitoring technology at 5 locations in the Animas River and its tributaries. The monitoring stations allow agencies to view indicators of river health in real time. That data can be accessed by visiting co.water.usgs.gov. San Juan Basin Public Health said water samples taken throughout the Animas River indicate there's no risk to human or environmental health from normal use of the waterway. However, the health department suggests people who come in contact with the river to wash with soap, keep a close watch on children who are more susceptible to unintentionally swallowing riverway, and treat water before consumption.
Reported by the Durango Herald, as the number of people who died in crashes caused by alcohol or drugs rises statewide, a coalition in La Plata County is forming to encourage responsible driving. In 2016, 191 people in Colorado died in crashes related to impaired driving, and last year it rose to 233. Fatal crashes in general are on the rise across the state from 608 in 2016 to 648 in 2017. Colorado Department of Transportation spokesman Sam Cole attributes the rise in fatal crashes to impaired and distracted driving and driving without a seatbelt. The Coalition on Responsible Driving was recently formed to address drunken and impaired driving across the region after receiving state grant funding, said Project Director Jordy King. Last year in La Plata County, 11 people died in traffic crashes, 4 of which were related to impaired driving. In 2016, La Plata County had 3 traffic deaths related to impaired driving. In Montezuma County, La Plata County's neighbor to the west, 3 people died in crashes related to drinking or drugs in 2017 compared to 2 the previous year, according to CDOT. Celebrating Healthy Communities, a Durango nonprofit, applied for the state grant to address DUIs and received $156,500 a year for up to 5 years from Colorado Persistent Drunk Driving Law Enforcement Assistance Fund. The nonprofit formed CORD or CORD and funded organizations in San Juan, Montezuma, and Dolores counties to form county-specific coalitions, King said. This year, organizations across the region are focused on gathering feedback from community members about the best way to address impaired driving. King said he hopes to involve residents in La Plata County with board perspectives, including law enforcement officers, healthcare workers, substance abuse counselors, and owners and employees of bars, restaurants, and the cannabis industry. King's long-term goals are to recruit community leaders who will continue to address drunken driving even after grant funding ends, he said.
From the Journal, photo credit Jim Mimiaga and San Juan Forest. In the next 5 years, expect more non-motorized trails to appear in the Boggy Draw recreation area north of Dolores. A final plan for 25 additional miles of trails was approved by the San Juan National Forest in January. It didn't receive any objection after 45 days, giving trail builders the green light to begin construction. At least 5 miles will be added per year, said Dolores District Ranger Derek Padilla. New trails will be, quote, nested within the existing boundaries of the 25-mile trail system. If more funding comes in through grants, trail development could be faster. The popular trails winding through Ponderosa Forest and hidden canyons are used by mountain bikers, hikers, trail runners, and horseback riders. In response to residents' concerns about increased traffic to the trailhead and parking lot at the end of County Road W, signs will be installed on Road W and County Road 31, informing drivers to share the road with cyclists and walkers. In the main parking lot, brush was cleared in the fall to make more room for vehicles. Trail building will be conducted by forest staff and volunteers with the Southwest Colorado Cycling Association. Padilla said 15 sections of the trail system were put up for adoption for volunteer maintenance, and all sections were adopted. The new trails range from cruisers to more technical trails, and said Forest Service Recreation Planner Tom Rice. Rice said the new routes were explored and analyzed and adjusted to avoid sensitive wildlife areas, riparian zones, and archaeological sites. They are stacked within the existing trail system. Having recreation concentrated in one area helps preserve other areas of the forest for wildlife habitat. A section of one of the proposed trails was dropped because it came too close to a red-tailed hawk nest. New trails also were routed to avoid historical railroad grades There will be no seasonal closures. The new 5.3-mile McNeil Trail will be the first to be constructed. It takes off from the existing Italian Canyon Trail and will travel along the canyon rim, weaving through large boulders. It is a non-technical cruiser trail. We plan to install a new trail every summer and will be relying on our partners and volunteers, Rice said. The project has had a lot of support from the local community and adds to the region's recreation opportunity. The other trails that will be added include the 6.8-mile Horse Camp Trail. It's a real gym, said Sean Gregory, a trail builder with the cycling club. The 7.1-mile Nth Trail Loop, named because it heads north, takes off from the Boggy Trail at the prominent Stock Pond past the fence line. The 5.4-mile String Bean Trail is the most technical of the proposed trails. It drops into Bean Canyon and follows along rocky canyon rims with a great view of McPhee Reservoir.
And now for the Dolores County Sheriff's Roundup for the week of April 9th through the 15th. Received a call reporting a scam. The person called and said he was a family member and needed money. He was not a relative, and the reporting party hung up on him. A party reported at Bradfield Recreation Area. The Dolores County Sheriff's Office contacted several underage subjects with assistance from the Colorado State Patrol. A deputy was approached by a school board member and asked to attend the school board meeting. That concludes today's roundup. Stay tuned for continued updates.
Today's High Canyon Country happenings. Join the Enterprise Bar and Grill up in Rico for a 420 smokeout. They'll have tons of food coming off the smoker at 4:20 p.m. and are inviting drums and musicians to come jam in the beer garden. They will also have a live band at 8 o'clock. Come hungry and ready to party. It's a smokeout, get it? April 20th is also hosted by the Four Corners Child Advocacy Center in Cortez. From 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., they're having a special event, Stewards of Children. It's a prevention training program that teaches adults how to prevent, recognize, and react responsibly to child sexual abuse. The program is designed for organizations that serve youth and for individuals concerned about the safety of children. They say, let's live with purpose. Let's break the cycle of silence around child sexual abuse. We need to work together to protect our children. For more information during Child Abuse Prevention Month, call them at 970-565-8155. And a reminder that April 21st is Fee-Free Day in your national park. Visit Mesa Verde National Park. It opens from 5 a.m. and closes at 11 p.m. For more info, visit them online or call 800-449-2288. All of these happenings are posted on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, along with the YouTube replays, weather, and original stories and local posts. To share your event or information, contact us by email dcbnnews@gmail.com or call the station 970-677-4119 and we'll get your news on the air.
Thanks for tuning in. News at Noon airs at noon Monday through Thursday and then is rebroadcast at 3 and 6 p.m. on each of those days. The weekday news shows are then replayed throughout the weekend as well.
And be sure to check us out through social media on Facebook. It's DCTV News at Noon. Please like us there and share it with a friend.
For Kendra Cook with DCTV and the News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, USA, I'm Kelsey Kiesling. Thanks for watching.